Okay guys, you know how Scream used Drew Barrymore in their marketing and she was barely in the movie? Yeah, we're gonna do that, but with 4 people. What's up guys and gals, Jared here with another heist of a movie review. So last night I was able to go out to the theater and check out the new critically acclaimed film, Widows. A police shootout leaves 4 criminals dead during an explosive armed robbery attempt. Their widows have nothing in common except a debt left behind by their spouses. Hoping to forge a future on their own terms, the 4 women join forces to pull off a heist that their husbands were planning. So is Widows a must-see and one of 2018's best? Let's find out. Now, before I get into my thoughts, let me know what you guys thought of Widows in the comments down below. Was this the hard-hitting drama you would hope for, and does this crack your top 10 of 2018? Now let's get into some of the good things this film did. Straight up, I did not like this film at all, but I'll get into that later. As for the positives, I will say that Steve McQueen was able to beautifully capture this film. There's a lot of really gorgeous shots, a lot of cool things happening in this film, from the opening heist scene, frantically kind of showing you that things aren't going as planned. Another scene that comes to mind is Colin Farrell's character kind of coming from this rally in this not so great part of Ward 14, and it's a voiceover car ride from Ward 14 to where he lives. It's a voiceover, but the camera is sitting on the hood of the car, and it makes its journey from kind of this ghetto to the more ritzier neighborhood that he lives in. It's definitely a subtle touch, but it really shows or tells a lot about this character. I'll also say that some of the performances in this film really drove the emotional aspect of this drama and really gave us something to really hold on to. A lot of the stuff coming from Colin Farrell and Viola Davis really, packed a punch emotionally, kind of getting an angle of where these people are coming from, kind of grasping on in a sense of desperation at any possible way of getting out of their situation. Brian Tyree Henry was another added addition to this film. He doesn't have much screen time, but when he is on screen, it really demands his presence. He has kind of a complex background, criminal stuff, and to be really interesting to kind of get more from this character, I wanted more from him. But ultimately, I thought The Widows was a very uninteresting slog of a movie. Clocking in a little over 2 hours, this movie is slow, like the pacing is way off. From the opening 5, 10, 15 minutes, it really sets up this movie, the heist angle, the guys don't make it, and then the women are kind of dealt or have to deal with the debt from these characters. But then it's just really slow dealing with these problems for about the next hour and a half, hour 45 minutes before we actually get into any heist aspects. Instead, it really explores each of these characters, not too in depth, and it's honestly not interesting. Kind of the plot sequence of the women taking over the heist is what this film was really marketed on, but the thing is, that's a very small portion of this movie. Rather, it explores all of these other things with that kind of on the back burner. The main crux of this movie is these gangsters had their money stolen and they want their money back. But instead, Viola Davis has to put together this team of now widows to go put on a job of their late husbands that they left the plans to. There's also this political campaign going on, these character beats that are supposed to add to this film, and some kind of reveals or things that don't really appear as they are. I'll leave you at that. And all of this really creates this really busy, convoluted plot with things not really ever fully spelled out. Why did Colin Farrell need to desperately win this campaign? Why were those 2 characters seeing each other? What was the whole point of the heist at the beginning? Did these women ever talk about the details of what's going on? I could go on and on, but this movie just throws out all of these different things, and problems are kind of solved in these really weird roundabout ways. And why did Michelle Rodriguez have that awkward one-off couch scene? What the heck was that? Did it add to the film? Was it supposed to be emotional? I am speechless. I am without speech. And lastly, there isn't much attachment or development into certain characters, so why really care about the characters that are related to them? Like, for example, these guys are shown in maybe 5 minutes of the whole movie. It really isn't, an insight of their lives before they were gone, so why am I interested in all of these other people dealing with their loss? Maybe I was in a bad mindset, but I did not get on board with these characters' problems and the things they're dealing with. Overall, Widows is supposed to be this hard-hitting drama that is actually a really slow slog of a movie with a very unsatisfying end. With some beautiful sequences and some superb performances, but with zero care to these characters, a plot that's really all over the place with very busy subplots, and some sequences that really left me baffled. Personally, I'd skip out on Widows. I have no idea what movie other people are watching, but this one just felt like a chore of a watch. So what did you think of Widows? I want to know in the comments down below. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Follow all of my social media stuff over there, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of that stuff. There's more videos down there, you know, movie reviews, trailer reactions, other fun videos. Subscribe over there if you haven't. Check out my shirts on TeePublic, and until next time, I'll see you later.